Hi everybody! Today I want to show you the additions that we've made to our FRINX Machine user interface, and specifically our workflow builder interface, which allows any user, even without programming knowledge, without any knowledge of the ins and outs of Yang models and all that stuff, without any scripting knowledge, to create simple and complex workflows to configure network devices. Here we go. What you see here is I'm creating a workflow that first syncs information from the network devices. So we go to the network device, read it, make sure that we have the latest information. Then we create a loopback interface, then we commit that to the device, and finally we read the journal and see what we've written to the device. If I click on this button, I can see the output that has been generated. That's the conductor format for the workflow. So we automatically generate that in the background. Here you can fill out a couple of things like descriptions and default values for the input variables. And I should also say that these workflows can be called here, started here, like I'm doing from the GUI, but can also be called from REST. They automatically REST APIs as soon as you create them. And you just use their name and an endpoint to call them. So here I've started the workflow. We're seeing how the tasks are progressing. So we've read the information from the network. We've now created the configuration, and now we're committing it. And finally, we are reading the journal of the device so that we see what has actually been configured. We can also see a graphical representation of that. And here we see the actual information that we've configured on the device. Here is the loopback configuration. Here you can see it in task by task, in status and exact time that it took to execute those. And you can see in every task that you've executed what the input and output was. So later on, if you want to go back and see what has happened in the network, you can do that at any time, at any level of granularity. Here you have another view, how you see the executed workflows in the network. You can also show that in a hierarchy to see, like if you have nested workflows, one calling the other, you can show the level of nesting here. You can show the parents and the child, and you get all the information out and back from our Elasticsearch data store, where we store all this information. This is all built on open source. Conductor from Netflix is the workflow engine. Elasticsearch is the database that stores all the information. What I'm looking at here is the actual log information from uniconfig. So I'm looking at the actual network controller, and I'm searching for iOS 01, that's the device that we've configured, and I see a couple of entries of configurations that have happened. So this is the network controller view, and this is a higher level view. Just see that a command was executed, and in the previous view I showed you which exact command we've sent to the device. So at any point you have full a full audit trail of what has happened in the network on all levels of the system. Okay, there was no single line of code that we had to write, and we've created a workflow that can be called with the REST API or can be scheduled from a UI. Looking for your feedback. Thanks, and see you soon. Bye.